everyone having a great time, and then the reality of why we're here, you just kind of go, wow.
We'll start chopping wood.
If we stop for a minute, this thing's gonna be chaos.
Again, for me,
I don't want to open a can of worms.
From that moment on, I was nervous out of my brain.
People didn't know what we were gonna be doing.
There's really no excuse. There's a full-on fight going on. What am I supposed to sing?
the clock is ticking, and we had so many disasters coming.
Man, are you kidding?
Speaking of great documentaries, I saw The Greatest Night in Pop. People, you need to watch this documentary. It's on Netflix. So basically, it's the story behind, We Are the World.
Greatest artists of a generation came together to save some lives.
Must be in a dream, huh?
Hello. But we only had one night to get this right. Let's get this party started.
Harry Belafonte, the guy who did the Deo, it's a Deo. Daylight come and we wanna go home.
Daylight come and we want go home.
For some reason, my dad always sang that song, so it always stuck. But I just didn't know it was done by Mr. Belafonte. So he had this idea because there was starvation in Ethiopia.
I received this call from Harry Belafonte, and he wants to do some kind of a song for famine relief in Africa. Basically, what he said was, I need you.
So he had this idea of the greatest singers of the greatest singers of that time, come together and make a song that will reach out to the people of Ethiopia.
By 4 a.m, everybody felt comfortable with their parts. In fact, everybody seemed quite invigorated. But just prior to the recording of the solos, something happened to remind all of us of the underlying serious purpose of the event. Stevie Wonder brought 2 guests into the studio, 2 Ethiopian women who had seen famine spreading across their homeland. As one of these women spoke to the artists, it was as if the reality of the tragedy in Africa had just come closer to home in an unforgettable way.
On behalf of my country, we thank you for all you have done. Thank you very much.
So Mr. Harry Belafonte spoke with Ken about the idea, but he wanted it to be like a concert. So Ken was like, oh, we already have Bob Geldof, who did something like this, about a month prior. So we can just do something like that instead of a concert, just make a killer song,
Michael Jackson bypassed the American Music Awards to come in by himself and record one final guide vocal that Quincy could use as a map for the song's chorus parts. Then, a little after 9 p.m., the other singers and their guests began arriving. Many, like Cyndi Lauper and Tina Turner and Lionel Richie, were coming straight from the American Music Awards, where Tina and Cyndi had performed and Lionel had hosted. People who had been competitors only a few hours before were now meeting as partners in deliverance.
When I saw those faces come in the studio that night after the American Music Awards, and they just were checking in one by one, Ray Charles and just on, and I started to feel that everybody was on the case and they weren't involved in the egos, and that's one of the key words we had that night was check your ego at the door.
Another interesting thing was Mr. Bruce Springsteen. That glass voice, man.
Guy is probably one of the hardest working cats I've ever met before in my life. I kept waiting for him to get tired. and sit down and rest. He kept saying, want me to do it again?
So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. Yeah, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me.
Thank you.
You know, but Steve Perry was like, dude, what a voice, Steve Perry.
Well, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives.
And the lady who, you know, who did a Girls Do Wanna Have Fun song. I did like, you know, I did like her. She has this high pitch that's really cool. So that was great.
No way we can fall. Well, but let us realize, oh, that a change will only come when we.
But you know, Stevie Wonder was also like the MVP of the whole thing. You know, at some point, Bob Dylan, who was supposed to be like the ad-lib guy with Bruce Springsteen, kind of got stuck. Didn't really know how to be Bruce, you know. So Stevie Wonder had to rescue him there, and Stevie Wonder had to, you know, play it on the keyboard and then mimic Bob Dylan. And then, you know, Bob Dylan mimicked Stevie Wonder mimicking Bob Dylan. So that was really cool. And
We said, we are the world. So let's not give in. We said, there's a choice we're making. You know, we're saving our lives. It's true. You know, we make a better day when you have singing, have song. Because you, after your thing, it modulates, you know. Okay, did somebody else sing it already on the track so I could hear it? Choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day for you and me. Is that sort of it? Sort of like that?
Bob wanted to be a part of this because there were people dying, and he made his fame and his fortune on public awareness. That's what he's known for. So for him to be in that room was ever so fitting. And I saw the real reason why he is Bob Dylan.
Seeing all these artists again, especially behind the scene, was just incredible. Diana Ross, you know, Paul Simon, all these incredible singers, you know. Do give it a watch. I promise you it will be worth your time. So there you go.
If ever a word that you want to use professional on in the music business is Ray Charles. I call him the one-take genius.
Let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Listen, you and me. Woo, woo, woo. We are the world. We are the children. To make a better day. Oh, let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better